Hi, I'm Tim McNeil, and I am the writer and director of Anton in the Shadow here at the Stella Adler Academy of Acting Theater. I am on the faculty here. I teach Tech 2, Advanced Scene Study and Character, and I studied with Stella for 3 years or so, and I am happy to be hopefully carrying on her work. Well, my love for Chekhov, but it's also that when I read The Seagull, or when I worked, because I've directed The Seagull twice, and I played Trigorin in The Seagull years ago, and I was always intrigued by the idea of what happened to Nina in Moscow. And so really that's kind of where the inspiration came from, in addition to the fact that I just love Chekhov like he's my favorite uncle. Yeah, I discovered quite a bit about him and his family and the turmoil in the family, but also his personal relationships, specifically with women, particularly about one named Laika. There was also something interesting, which was that Chekhov's The Seagull, when his friends came to see The Seagull, they all saw themselves in the play, and they were pissed, they were angry about it, which I find really funny. You know, that was tricky, and I think that once I realized that Chekhov himself was the anchor of the play, then everything began to spin off of that, and I treated it like a normal sort of play instead of what it is, which is sort of a mashup or fan fiction, it says back there. And so it is, because some of the characters from The Seagull are in the play, which is not actually what happened, but it's true to the spirit of what happened when he was writing the play, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I was very lucky. Most play productions I feel lucky. In this one I was really feeling that way, because not only did they go about they worked extremely hard, but in great spirit, and so that was great. They also are dedicated to The Seagull and to this play, and trying to reveal something about Anton, and also what happened to Nina. They all seem to get on board with that, and they're a tight ensemble and love each other greatly. So it made the process actually fairly simple. Well, it's some of the scenes in the screenplay are much faster than a normal play, or because I write both, and the plays that I write, the scenes are a little bit chunkier, and not as many quick scenes, which some are still in this play, but I had to expand some of the scenes and add some scenes to get closer to Anton, because he's as important as he is to the screenplay, he seems more important to the play itself. I'm a playwright, basically, so it was a play on film originally, so it wasn't that big a deal, but there's still remnants of the film in it, which makes me go, I want to cut that, get rid of that, but I haven't had the time to actually do all of the cuts I would like to do with it. But I think it works as a play now, and I'm happy with it, I just think that my particular understanding of writing, or my goal in writing nobody can write like Shakespeare, but Chekhov almost seems accessible. He's not, but he almost seems like that. And my love for Chekhov's writing, and also that when I was working on Chekhov as an actor, I had breakthroughs working on Chekhov, and that was why, to me, it is like he's like a how-to on how to live. or how not to live, or it's a textbook on what it means to be human. And that's why I'm drawn to Chekhov all the time. Fortunately, for all concerned, I won't be writing any stories about Shakespeare. Chekhov's preoccupations with dreams and the truth about love are really central to the human experience, and also how we live in time. And I think that for Chekhov, that makes him up to date in any century. 100 years from now, people are going to still be taking Chekhov and having the essence of what it means to be human revealed to them. I believe that. And so I think this play is pretty funny. I hope it is. So I think the interesting thing about Stella's is, ever since I came here, we were sort of labeled a theater school, but actually Stella's technique is much more important for film and television, and I believe that because of the construction of a specific inner life. And that particular part of the work is the thing that keeps people watching on film and television, and we teach that here. So we ceased a long time ago to be a theater school exclusively, but we love the theater for sure, and we think it's a great training ground for students. But we're mostly a film and television school with theater echoes. The thing that I take from theater is that people win or lose big, that the characters have layers of depth that sometimes are missing in film and television, sometimes not. Sometimes film and television, the writing is equally as strong for character as it is in theater. But for me, the greatest writers I've encountered are writers like Chekhov and Tennessee Williams, and forgetting Shakespeare for a second because he's a god. But if we think about Chekhov and Tennessee Williams and Ibsen and their great Arthur Miller, they're great craftspeople who happen to write deeply and profoundly about the human condition. And that helped me in my growth as a human being, but also as an actor, because the stakes are so high that actors have to learn to play, to be moved. Through theater, we learn how to be moved by ideas as much as emotion, and it can translate easily to film and television, and that's what's been great about it. As far as the writing goes, the theater is a character-based form, and so is film and television at its peak to me. And so, if I would say to any writer, if they have a chance to go and sit in on a class like the classes here, where great playwrights are being performed, and you can start to learn something about construction and character specifically, it's really important, I think. So please, if you want to see great young actors and a play that may provoke thought and certainly will make you laugh, please come to see Anton in the Shadow here at the Stella Adler Academy of Acting, Los Angeles, and support the Adler. It's a magical place.